myarcademall.com. Free games, no downloads. Play now.
Is there really life on other planets? Some former military and government personnel say they have proof there is. Elaine Quijano explains.
We've seen the photographs and heard the stories of what some say is evidence of UFOs. Now a group of scientists, former Air Force and FAA officials, is lending its voice to the argument that we are not alone. Dr. Stephen Greer heads up the Disclosure Project, a group that compiles information from people who say they've encountered extraterrestrial forms of life.
We can establish through this testimony that these objects of extraterrestrial origin have been tracked on radar going thousands of miles per hour, stopping and making right-hand turns.
Since 1993, Dr. Greer says he has videotaped testimony from more than 100 people about what they say are close encounters. People like retired Navy Commander pilot Graham Bethune, who believes he saw a UFO 50 years ago while flying to Newfoundland.
Then it appeared over to the right and moved out slowly and flew with us. It was still not at our altitude, but we could see the shape of it. It had a dome.
In addition, the Disclosure Project says it has documents supporting its case, including FAA records and CIA memos.
And then there's the story you may have already heard about. United Airlines employees who swear it was something otherworldly in the skies above Chicago's O'Hare Airport on November 7th, but neither the FAA nor indeed their own employer appears to be taking them seriously. Chicago Tribune interviewing several people anonymously, including maintenance workers, baggage handlers, and pilots, who each and all described a dark gray saucer-like object that hovered low over Concourse C of the United Airlines terminal just before sunset, before shooting off into the sky. This isn't a picture of it, that's a plane. Some say it moved so fast it literally punched a hole in the clouds. United Airlines claims it had no record of the sighting, even though employees say they filled out reports. The FAA initially told the Tribune that it likewise had no information on the UFO. Then, after the newspaper filed paperwork under the Freedom of Information Act, the FAA turned up a call from a United Airlines supervisor to the airport control tower asking whether the object was on radar. And now the agency has concluded it was, quote, weather phenomenon, and it considers this case closed.
Tonight we have never-before-seen videotape of UFOs over Colorado. 3 tapes shot by different people at different times in different places, but all look similar.
Do they show something mysterious or something mundane? Fox 31's Kim Posey asks that you decide for yourself.
What the hell is that?
Whatever this is, it's enough to get Don Baumgartner's attention.
Oh, get closer. Trying to get me.
The 33-year-old shot this video in September outside his home in Deer Trail, Colorado, east of Denver. He says he woke up because his dogs were acting strangely, and there was a blue light coming through the window.
There it is again.
Baumgartner gave the video to investigators at the Colorado Mutual UFO Network.
It was clearly not an aircraft, a conventional aircraft of any kind.
Ethan Rich says he's intrigued. The pulsing ball of light seems to have a flattened top and bottom and an object inside.
It does display virtually every color of the spectrum as it's strobing.
New sightings over the town that they're calling UFO USA.
We see something in the sky. What it is, we don't know.
The exclusive pictures next.
Skies over Gulf Breeze, Florida, and we've got the latest pictures. Doug Bruckner shows us what's going on in the town they call UFO USA.
Here it is. Here's our videotapes. Look at it. You tell us. We don't know, but it's there.
And what appears on those videotapes is a mystery. UFOs hovering as plain as day. Spherical, shiny objects seeming to defy gravity, and then in the blink of an eye, they're gone. But they keep coming back to Gulf Breeze, Florida. The UFOs are coming in droves.
Why the UFO is coming here, why we witness it so much, I don't know the answers to the why.
Ed Walters makes his living as a housing contractor, but 7 years ago his life was changed forever when he looked to the sky and saw his first UFO.
I deal with concrete and steel, And UFOs are just something I was never interested in, and until I saw one myself.
And here are those photographs Ed took in 1987 with his Polaroid camera. He saw the objects over 20 times, and late last year, the objects returned. The UFO seems to accelerate from a dead hover to blinding speed in nothing flat.
It accelerated from 0 to over 2,000 miles an hour before it exited off of the screen.
Another UFO video that was submitted to the Mutual UFO Network appeared to have that same acceleration, but the picture is even clearer. Again, the object hovers without a sound and appears to be a solid reflective sphere. Then, without so much as a shudder, the object streaks out of frame. Three similar images caught within the viewfinders of three separate videographers. Would it be a collective hoax? The experts say no. But the question remains, why are these objects appearing over Gulf breeze?
Strange lights over the skies of San Diego. If you saw them last night, just about a half hour after midnight, you were not the only one. We received a number of emails today asking about them. Even got a call from a group in Claremont who captured the display on camera. It's about 1:30 midnight on the first day of 2008 when a string of 9 lights heading from east to west are spotted over San Diego.
There's a big commotion over in the corner. We could tell something really exciting was going on.
Nat Coyle was among a group of college friends at a New Year's party in West Claremont.
I looked up at what they were looking at, and right then and there I knew it was a once-in-a-lifetime thing. So I had the camera on me and I started to record.
They all moved uniformly in a uniform speed. They moved in an arc. They didn't move in a straight line. Like I said, we live with a couple guys who are astrophysics majors, and they're sitting there, running through the list of possible things, and we ran out of things before we could identify what it was.
All right, so what was it, huh? Stevensville, Texas is a farm town where when the sun goes down at night, the stars light up in the sky. And last week, witnesses claim they saw something hovering hundreds of feet above the ground, and they say they saw fighter jets, F-16s, chasing these mysterious objects. What gives? Pete Hardinger is the director of the Round Town UFO Society. He's in Circleville, Ohio. Sir, good morning to you.
Hello there.
You did not witness what's described in Texas, but if I told you the following, that they say it was a mile long and a half-mile wide, it was, quote, positively, absolutely, nothing from these parts. What would you say?
Well, I'd have to decide it was an unidentified flying object. Then we're supposed to have some MUFON investigators go to Stevensville and investigate. I've been a member of the Mutual UFO Network for several years.
So you're going to go down there and check it out?
No, not myself. We have investigators in every state in the country, and so there'll probably be some local investigators.
Okay, one of the witnesses say he watched it through his rifle's telescopic lens and describes it as a very large and without seams, nuts, or bolts.
So, we'll just have to wait for the results of the investigation, but it does seem very interesting.
All right, Pete Hardinger, thanks. Circleville, Ohio on the telephone there, head of the Round Town UFO Society. By the way, Megan, 200 UFO sightings reported each month.
That's a big number, Bill.
Not just in a year or a decade, but each month.
You a believer?
Yeah.
You are not alone.
Thank you.
Just a few months ago, the Associated Press took a look at how many American adults think that UFOs do in fact exist. In addition to Bill Hemmer, there are many more.